Here we are. Welcome, everybody, to
your Neighborhood Movie Critics. Hosted by Ahmed Aldula, and our co-host today will be Ethan Han Aguilar and Grant Fogle.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
I just want to say, Michael, Christian Bale is way over Ben Affleck, and I agree with you 110%.
Michael, don't listen to him.
Don't
listen to him. Ben Affleck is the superior Batman.
And that's why you're the better host.
Hands down. That's a quick little promo for my movie podcast, Your Friendly Neighborhood Movie Critics. Check that out. It's my second podcast where we talk solely about movies with co-host Michael Ennis. And Med here just wanted to give a quick little
shout out.
Christian Bale.
His little 2 cents.
Yeah.
Goodness.
His little 2 cents. But hey, we have a very special episode today, everybody. Here he is, Grant Fogle.
I wouldn't say it's a very special.
Grant Fogle. We have a Marine on board today, everybody. We got Mr. Marine here.
Oh my God.
America. Yeah, he is
God.
serving our country. Yeah.
Respect the troops.
You guys are really like boosting
He's
us
also
so much.
And listen, what's more American than wearing a Pornhub shirt?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Actually, you noticed that. Yeah, that's actually fire.
Grant
Yeah.
is wearing a Pornhub shirt, everybody,
Yeah.
and that's a good conversation started there right away.
It is.
But Grant Fogle, how are you, my man?
Dude,
how are you feeling now?
I'm feeling pretty good. You know, it's always nice to come home and see all your friends because like everyone's doing their own thing. Everyone's working during the week or they're in school.
Yeah.
And everyone's busy, and then like I'm usually super busy with work when I'm there, but then I'll take leave and I come home and it's like, man, I have nothing to do.
Right.
And I'm like, I got so much time. I'll literally do anything. I'm like, well, let me text a bunch of people. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
which you were doing, you know, the past few days for me. Which I get it. You know, you have nothing else to do, but I've been mad busy with other stuff.
But so everyone's busy. Everyone's like still living their own life, and my life just gets put on like I have nothing to do.
Right.
And so I try and hang out with everyone, like see them and make time for them.
Yeah.
And then, but it's also like, man, everyone's busy right now. Like, what am I gonna do? Like,
all right, but so Grant just came back from Japan.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's Nani?
Nani? And so how long were you in Japan for?
So I was in Japan for like 3.5, 4 months.
Yeah.
And then I went to Guam for like the remainder, like month and a half.
What did you like better, Japan or Guam?
I like Guam better.
Oh, you liked Guam better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the weather is a big thing because in Japan it was starting to get like really cold.
Yeah.
And I like live in South Carolina, so it's like not freezing at like, you know, it's usually pretty hot.
Right.
And then going to Japan, at first it was like nice weather. I was like, oh my God,
yeah,
so beautiful here.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you, it is so clean. Everything is just so clean. You can breathe better over there. Like I'm not even kidding.
Really?
You can, yeah. So it's just so clean. Everything like no trash like anywhere. Everything's just like so clean.
So our country's just.
Oh yeah.
Our country's just. Wait, so you actually felt a difference? You felt a difference.
Yes, absolutely.
It just felt more clean.
So much more clean. I would say it's like way more beautiful. Everything.
I'm sure that I could see.
Yeah,
I could see it being more
like
beautiful,
more like proper, everything like that. And so at first I was like, wow, Japan's like super nice.
Yeah.
But then the weather started getting cold, and we were there for a while, and then everyone was kind of just like, all right, we're ready to leave. We're ready to go to the next place.
Yeah.
And we get to Guam, and it's like, dude, the weather, amazing.
Yeah.
Especially during like the winter time, it's like you're basically skipping winter in a sense.
Yeah.
I skipped winter. I mean, it was like 90 degrees over there like every day. I mean, I had like a super tan because like I was working outside all day. And I mean, it was just super beautiful. And then Guam, it was like play hard. Or it was like work hard, play hard.
And you were in Guam for how long again?
Like a month and a half, 2 months.
A month and a half. And you like that time better more.
And we stayed at like a resort.
Ooh.
I mean.
So hang on. So when being a Marine, so when you guys get sent, you stayed at a resort? It's not on a military base or anything like that?
So we didn't stay on a military base because they didn't have a place for us to stay there.
Oh.
So then we had to stay.
So it almost
at,
kind of worked out for you.
Yeah.
Better. So the resort was, if anything, better.
Yeah.
Was there a lot of you guys at the resort?
Yeah, there was like 200 people. So, and but so we basically like booked out like not all the resort because like there was way more like rooms and everything like that.
Yeah,
but like we booked out like certain floors.
Okay.
But I mean it was it was just like beautiful. Like in Japan, we stayed in the barracks. Mm-hmm. So, and I had a roommate and everything, but in the resort, like because of COVID, we all got our own rooms.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was just super. I stayed on the 10th
When
floor.
COVID hit, did shit change a lot? Because you were out there. You were out there while COVID hit.
Right. Yeah. So it was.
If anything, you almost had a scare too, or you did have it.
No, I
never had it. Yeah. But you had some scares.
Yeah. So there are definitely times where like in Japan, like they'd say, "Oh, we're locking down the base. Like you're not leaving or anything like that."
Yeah.
But. And, like, they had, like, prefectures that were, like, red and green that you can go to that you can't go to or whatever. So, and, but I would say I got to sightsee and I got to, like, go out and explore before it got, like, really, really bad.
Yeah.
That's good. And then in Guam, it was really, like, I'll just say no man's land, really.
Mm-hmm.
It was, for like a little bit we were doing the exercise. There were a lot of higher ups there, so like it was like things were like really bad. Like, oh, you can't go to this gym, you can't go to this. Like you're not doing anything really. We could not eat out. Like,
shit.
Yeah, it was like bad. It was like torture almost. But I was like cooking in my hotel room. Actually, I bought like a pressure cooker. I would just get like.
Was there a culture shock? Let's say okay, Japan, right? Was there like a lot of culture shock for you when you go there?
Yeah. So
were you nervous? Briefs. Were you like, oh man? Or were you? What was more, nervous or excited? Like, oh, I'm going to fucking Japan.
I was excited because like I
mean, you love Asian culture too. Yeah. You're big on Asian culture.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. So I was excited. Yeah. But there were other people that were a little more nervous, and then like we get briefs. So like we all like got into this theater, and like this lady from Japan, like she was talking to. She was like, okay, so like. Don't leave your chopsticks or anything in like the food when you're like done eating, because like if you go to take a drink or something, like don't leave them in the food, and like if you like stab your food with them, it's like really disrespectful.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd be disrespecting a lot of people.
So like I was like always on like my don't do anything disrespectful, especially like,
sure, of course, you want to be,
and they're like, oh yeah, like in America, like we don't like slurp or anything like that, because it's like, oh, you're like slurping, like are you a child? But over there it's like that means it's like good. Oh. So then like you would go out to like a ramen place and you're like, and it's like it shows like it's
flattering.
Yeah, it's flattering.
Just like the animes or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You see all the pieces of food going everywhere. Yeah.
That's literally how it is. So
damn. Any cool? What was your favorite kind of food? Was there any food where you tried for the first time, or anything that you liked or didn't like?
The most extravagant thing.
Yeah.
That you're like, wow, like, or whoa, like crazy.
This is straight out of like an anime.
Okay, so
not to keep comparing Japan to an anime, but
hey,
literally, that would be all I'd be thinking about when I'm there.
I'd
like get glasses and everything close up.
Yeah. But so I went to this place and it was like really proper, I would say. Yeah. And I ordered. It was like a kind of cook it yourself. Yeah. And like a meat tray came out and everything, and like it was like a charcoal like little grill came out for me and everything. And like they like put the charcoals in there, like started the fire up. Yeah. And then like they boiled like I don't know, it was like a bowl. It had a bunch of stuff, and like I was cooking it and then like eating it and like mixing it all up. But it came out and it was like really extravagant. Actually, I think I have a picture of it. Ooh, but it was like it was like really extravagant. And
I think you mentioned it a little bit to my dad when we were in the house earlier. The language barrier, was it hard?
Yes.
It was tough.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
I think it's always gonna be a big thing when you go to another country. Like when you go to Yemen. I mean, no, you know it.
I can like speak a little bit. I'm not actually fluent. Yeah. That's hot. Yeah, actually, I've seen this before. Actually, those are that looks good.
Let me see.
I know it's
ooh, that looks good. No. Very yellowy filter. Is that your phone?
Yeah, that was my phone. I took one with the phone.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So, that looks good.
But, and then, like, Wagyu, Wagyu. That's Wagyu is like Wagyu beef. It's like that, grade 5 or I think grade 5 like A5 like beef.
Because I think they Wagyu beef, they like take care of the fucking cow. They like they treat it like a fucking king.
They pamper it. Yeah.
Which supposedly
it's like
they treat it like a king just to kill it, and it's like, oh, this is gonna be some good fucking beef.
Yeah. It is. So you go to like a all you can eat place or like all you can eat meat almost. Like you make it yourself and you just like on a tablet you just keep ordering. Ooh. And then you can add like all you can drink to that. Mm-hmm. So I mean that's a good time.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, the culture is just like way different. Like we got briefed and they're like, hey, like don't be alarmed if you're like hanging out with someone and like you're talking to the locals and they're like, oh, well come over to my house for dinner, or like they invite you into their house and like they'll give you a gift. And so like I just thought, like okay, that's
You
probably
don't do that here.
It's probably not
That's
gonna happen.
the red flag here. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, well, that's probably not.
What do you
gonna
mean
happen.
by that? You ever see that one meme or whatever with the Drewski? What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
But so when we were in Coca, and we went to this karaoke bar, and we were all like drinking and singing. And first off, if you guys haven't gone to a karaoke bar, I'm just gonna lay it
The
down
best
right now. Don't go and get a private room. Do it out in the open with everyone, because
I'm sure that's more
the
fun.
Experience is better.
I'm sure that's more fun.
If you're singing drunk with random other people,
I would love that.
It's so much better.
I'm sure that was great.
Yeah. So like we were drinking with Japanese locals, and shout out to the way they drink over there too, because it was like a 2-hour, $35 all you can drink. We were taking shots, we were drinking beer the whole time, and I mean like we're all like singing. They had some American songs, everything. Like you hear one Japanese guy's like, "Oh, Top Gun," and like they started playing like
You Lost. Was it that song?
Yeah.
That love and feeling.
Yeah.
Was it that one? Yeah.
So and like so we're all and Danger Zone too.
Yeah, Danger Zone. Yeah.
So yeah, we're all like singing like and just getting wild. And this guy, he like pulls me aside. He's like, "Hey, like come outside," and I had no idea.
Weird looking guy. You'd say
he was pretty.
Or you
friendly.
can trust him. Type
Yeah.
guy.
I mean,
trust
we
did it.
I was very trusting. I was
Okay,
like, I
sure.
trust everyone there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're all drinking, and he's like, "Oh, come outside, my friend," and everything. We go outside, and like we're Google translating. He's like kind of trying to learn English a little bit, so he wasn't like too bad. And he like pulled out money, and he gave me 100,000 yen. I think it was 10,000 yen.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 10,000 yen. He gave me 10,000 yen, and he was like, "Here," and I was like, "No, like I'll pay for my own drinks." I actually didn't know how much it was.
How much is that in American money, real quick?
It was $100.
Oh, $100. Okay.
Yeah. So, and I was like, no, I'll pay for my own drinks. Like, I can pay for my own drinks and all this stuff. He was like, no, for you, my friend. And like this lady came out, like this worker, and she was like stop. I had no clue what was going on. Like, I was like so hammered, and like I was just like going with the flow, And I was like, no, I'll pay for my own drinks and everything like that. And like he was kind of looking at her. And he was like, "Go back inside." And she was like, "No, like you don't have to." And I was like,
"What's going on here?"
Yeah,
right.
So, so he ended up giving to me, and I accepted it. I even like bowed to him and everything because that's like respectful. And I was like, thank you very much. And I was being very like, arigato gozaimasu, like very like respectful. And I actually got a picture with him. So I actually had the money too.
So he just gave you money to give you.
Yeah, he said for being friends.
That's amazing.
And I was like, wow. Like,
I'll be honest. For a second, when he sounded, I thought it was going somewhere weird.
No.
Okay.
So I actually have
I'm so glad about that.
This is literally the bill right here, like that he gave me. That I'm gonna keep it, and I have a picture with him because I thought he gave me just 1,000. So this is all yen right here.
Show it to this camera real quick. Yeah,
okay,
just kind of like
So this is 1,000 yen. It's
wow.
I think it's $10.
Yeah. You can
and
see
then let's see here. This is 5,000, which I had to bring some back.
Yeah, you got to. You got to. That's dope.
And then
that's 50, right?
Yeah, that's 50. And then this is what he gave me. He gave me 100 right here.
Shit.
And so, but I have a picture.
Do you remember his name?
No, I never got his name. But I do have the picture, and then I'm gonna frame the picture. Which first off, I look fat in this because I was losing weight. I lost a lot of weight in deployment.
Yeah.
I worked out a lot. So, but yeah, that's him. So
that's very tough.
I remember.
Wow, dude.
I remember like
that's so great. A very wholesome moment.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
And
yeah.
so I'm gonna print that picture out. I'm gonna put the money in the frame.
Oh, nice.
It's going
dude.
in the house.
Nice.
It'd be so cool if you were to
that's
be
a great
like,
souvenir.
y'all ever see like those Twitter or Instagram? Help me find this person or whatever.
Oh yeah, and it goes viral. That'd be cool.
That would be dope.
So cool.
That would be
super
dope. Cool, yeah.
Yeah.
And you cook it all right there.
Did you learn any Japanese? You would say.
I'd say.
Is there anything you know that you could? Like what's the basic? You had to learn maybe some basics.
So,
arigato.
Yeah, arigato gozaimasu. Like it's really like, it's actually like
because you didn't have to use it. You didn't have to use it a lot.
So no, not like if I went off base, yeah, we would.
Yeah.
But it was all like Google Translate was my best friend. Everything
right.
downloaded.
Yeah.
And then
so for Google Translate, you say you're trying to talk to like a cashier or something. You would type it in English, and then Google Translate would be like,
yeah, absolutely.
Really, yeah.
Taxis.
Sorry for offending anyone with that, but yeah.
It's actually mainly taxis. Because
for the taxis,
I wouldn't really
talk
to.
So it's not really a second language. English is not a really second language over there, you'd say.
Well, it depends on where you go.
Depends.
I would say it depends on where you go. I was in Iwakuni, and it wasn't
So for the taxi drivers, just so you hop in and you tried speaking English at first, and you could tell they just don't know.
Oh, you wouldn't even try.
Oh, you wouldn't even try.
No. You
yeah,
get in,
don't even try.
The guy, like, he just kind of leans back in the seat, looks at you. Yeah, and then he's like, where? And you like, oh, I want to go like World of Liquor, and he's like, oh, hi domo, World of Liquor, and then he like takes off.
Yeah.
And then like, but if there was a place like I didn't know how to pronounce, or like, you know, like Sushi Go Round was a popular place, and you know, it's the conveyor belt sushi that goes around, and that's super nice.
I'm sure the sushi there was good though.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure it was like the best thing.
That's like where I would want to go or whatever. As like. It's like one of those places like you're in Japan, you gotta get sushi or whatever.
Yeah, I just recently got into sushi.
Really?
You know what I like more, I don't know if it's sinful. I like cooked sushi more than just raw sushi.
You're uncultured.
Yeah. I go to Sakura. I'm sure you guys I don't know if you guys been to Sakura before. I like the cooked sushi there. The raw one
we can go there after.
Ooh, bitch. Oh, bitch.
Now I'm kind of in the mood for
Sakura.
sushi.
Oh, we should hit that up. No,
yeah.
I could fuck with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I could fuck with that.
I got into sushi. I would say like towards the this past year of college. I would say, and one of my I was about to say coworkers. One of my peers put me on to it or whatever, and so I started off with the California roll because like they say everybody says that's like the safest.
Of course,
yeah. The California and the Philadelphia roll.
And then I was like, wait, like
that's the basic American one.
I'm going, I was like, F it, yeah, I'm moving up, and I got the mango salmon shrimp, and like I would never thought that raw salmon and like freaking like mango pieces would go together.
Would taste so good, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So some of them are kind of like,
amazing,
wow,
bro.
yeah. You got to pace yourself with sushi though. You really got to pace yourself. You can get full real quick.
Yeah,
I had to buy like 3 rolls, bro, and I was in full.
Yeah,
it depends.
Crazy.
I don't know. Like they come in like little containers for me, like this or whatever. And I have to order 3 of them. So I don't know, like if there's like a place that will fill me up or whatever.
Well, I mean, if you can find an all-you-can-eat sushi place or like an all-you-can-eat like like oh yeah, I definitely would go there and then just like keep grabbing sushi. They had like a lot of different options there, and there are some that I'm like, ooh, like, you know, we wanted to try everything.
Yeah.
They even had like horse.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Really? They had horse sushi?
Yes. Yeah, it was sushi, and then there was like you could get horse.
Did you try it?
I didn't. So
was it why? Was it more like that's a horse?
No.
You just didn't.
I would have tried it if we got it. We were getting ready to leave, and they were closing down, and my buddy put in the order. It never came out.
Ooh. Yeah. They were still trying to kill the horse. They couldn't catch it.
Yeah.
Get over here.
Yeah.
That'd be fascinating to try a horse. Would you eat that, Matt?
Nah.
Oh wait, no. Yeah.
I love horses. Like, there's like so many things. I had bear before, but like
you had bear. I've never had bear.
Bro, horse is like the one thing I want to eat because like my respect for like horses, bro. Like you know how they say like dog is man's best friend. I think it's really horses, bro.
Yeah.
And like. Yeah, like I just love horses. I went horseback riding.
Have you?
That'd be crazy.
You did go. Have you ever rode a horse, Grant?
I have not. No.
Yeah.
Maybe like a pony when I was a kid.
We can hit this place or whatever. I know, and it's in Elkton or whatever.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
It's like $40 for like a 2-hour ride or whatever.
Trail?
Yeah.
Like a trail
real quick, when you rode those little horses, you trusted them? Because I'll be honest, my one fear with a horse is that this thing's gonna, for some reason, go like, huh? And start running, and I'm not gonna know what the fuck to do. Which I'm sure they're trained.
Yeah, the guy that runs it, his name is Wolf. He's an amazing guy or whatever. He's not gonna be a dickhead and give you the young horses or whatever. Where like they're more like rambunctious and stuff like that. It's crazy because like horses are like they go through like a maturity process too, like the same way that humans do. So like as the horse gets older, it's gonna realize, okay, like I'm gonna listen to the person that's riding on my back more. So like he would be the one that was riding on the immature horses, and he's the one that has to tame them basically for the people that are eventually. I ended up riding this horse called Sundancer, and
Sundancer.
Usually that's the most popular one or whatever. Yeah. Like it's like gold. It's so beautiful, and he didn't give me no problems the whole time, except for the fact that he just kept on wanting to eat or whatever. And like literally we'd be on the trail and he was like, oh wait, let me get a bite real quick.
Let me get some grass.
If anything, they eat more leaves than they do grass. Actually, I don't think he ate any grass when I was with him.
Hay?
No, just leaves off of trees, bro.
Wow.
He was snacking. But yeah, I heard that like trail horses, like once they like learn the trail and they get like, you know, they do it all the time. They're used to people riding them, different people, and they just keep doing the trail. That they get used to that, and they're usually pretty relaxed.
You think horses are sad about that? Like that's their life purpose?
I don't think they think about it.
Nah. You don't think a horse sits in his
they're
pen?
thinking like, you know what? Jeremy really got hooked up. You know, Jeremy's running free right now. They got my ass. Like, you know, now I'm doing trails.
Man, he's down a Shikati, having a good time. Yeah.
I don't think they think like that.
I don't think they think like that either.
No.
If anything, I think like you know how like dogs or whatever. If you can say the same thing about dogs. Like I know we're comparing dogs and horses a lot right now.
Yeah.
But like dogs, like you're like they're only confined to like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're a house dog, you're only confined to the house and being on a leash or whatever. But I think they love their lives too.
Yeah.
Like especially like if you see like. They love their owners, if you have a good owner, obviously.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same with horses. I think they love going on these runs, on these trails and stuff like that. And it's not like they're in a barn 24/7. Like they have a lot of space to just run around.
Right.
They probably would like it more free, but I don't necessarily.
I'm gonna have a horse on the podcast next week, and I'll talk to him.
I don't think
so.
Med's back.
Med's gonna co-host this. But so hang on. So back to Japan a little bit. You got your license there.
Oh yeah. So
when you were in Japan,
yeah, I got my.
How easy
license.
was that to get your license?
So it was kind of like a, I guess, special thing because we were only there for so long, and then they needed.
They hook you guys up.
Certain people
rather
were
than
able
having
to
provide, do the taxis all the time or.
No, not necessarily that because we didn't have any vehicles that we could drive, but there was like a certain duty that you needed to drive a vehicle, and so we needed it for it's like some of the training we were doing like a toe banner shoot. Okay. So we had to drive to the end of the runway, so we needed like some drivers. So I ended up getting hooked up, and I got my driver's license there, and it's called your SOFA license.
And how different does it feel? Does it feel like 100% different driving there compared to here? How's traffic?
Traffic's pretty good.
It was okay.
You kind of go with the flow now.
But again, you're on the opposite side of the car, opposite side of the road,
opposite side of the road, and everything's kind of different. It's all in different spots. In the car, you gotta get kind of used to it. But the pedals are the same. There's still like everything's just over on the right side.
What kind of car were you driving? Is it just the cars we have here? Just everything's designed on the other side, or
it's
completely different, right?
Different vehicles too.
So
there's a lot of cube cars.
Was the gas pedal on the left side where you're using your left foot to drive?
No. It's all over there on the right, and it's still the same.
Oh wow!
So
you're
the
still
gas
using
is
your right
still
foot.
the right. Yeah.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
It is weird, right?
Yeah, I know. I was really scared about that. I was definitely nervous the first time I was driving.
Because you're like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, it's odd.
And all the signs are like, that was the main thing. Like, to get our.
I was gonna say the signs. Oh, yeah. You're seeing scribbles.
Well, you kind of just look at it and you kind of just like you gotta know, like this is a stop sign. Like everyone knows a stop sign. Yeah. Even if you don't know English. Yeah. I mean, it's
red
a stop
octagon.
Sign.
Yeah.
Right. So there are signs over there. It's like, hey, you got to stop here, or whatever, and you just kind of know. But and you go with the flow of traffic too.
Right.
So, but I would say to get it for me, it was like pretty easy. Like I just sat through a class. It was like an hour class, and then I took a test, and I was like,
And they told you guys, they were just like, hey, you can take this class if you want to drive around Japan.
Well, it wasn't like offered for everyone. It was like just certain people. So I like I said, I got hooked up, but so like I took the class and everything, and I was like,
that's awesome.
They go through, and then there's a test, and I think I got like 2 questions wrong.
Was it translated for you?
Oh yeah, great.
It was held
question.
on base. It was held on base.
Oh,
so it wasn't like I didn't go to like a Japanese like driving place or anything like that. But
was there a moment, let's say, that you remember that really stumbled you? Sorry everyone for listening. My shed's getting done real quick if you hear noise in the back, but. That stumbled you with the language, like where you were like sweating, like I don't know what this person's saying, or they don't know what I'm saying. I have a story for this. Yeah, what is a moment where you were stumped and you were like, "Fuck."
So it was going to that restaurant.
Okay.
That we had to take 2 taxis because there was like 6 of us, and the taxis only fit 3 basically per person. So we're taking 2 taxis, and I get in the second taxi, and like. My buddies just kind of looked at me, and they're like, "Are you gonna tell him?" I'm like, "I'll do all the talking, right?"
Take over, buddy.
Shishimoto.
So I'm like, all right, I'll like talk to the guy, and I look at him, and I'm like, we're gonna like follow that taxi.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, follow taxi." I'm like, yeah, like follow. And he's like, "Oh, okay, hi, domo." And like so we start following. And
is hi domo like okay, something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like hi is like yes.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
Hi, and then. I really don't know what domo means. I think it's just like okay. But like they say it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's like hi, and then like so we start driving off, and like he's following him, and then like he keeps asking. He's like, follow? And we're like, yes, follow that taxi. And now, like, I'm keeping my eye on the taxi.
Because now you're worried.
We didn't have the address.
Yeah.
They did in the front taxi. And
camera
I'm
pans.
texting.
It's like 40 of the same taxi. He's like, the road. It's just a bunch of the same
type
taxi.
of stuff that happens.
Taxi driver. He has a bead of sweat.
He's like, follow?
You guys are not follow.
We're all like playing on our phone, not paying attention, but no. So he's like following for like 5 minutes.
Sure,
must be, and he keeps looking back. He's like, follow, and we're like, yes, follow. I'm like texting him like, dude, send me the address. Like, I better get this address going because he has no clue where he's going, and he's like keep asking. So 10 minutes down the road.
Was it a long ride?
That would have got me nervous too. Though, if he kept on asking.
It was a long ride. That would stress me. Oh, that would stress me out.
It was like a $90 taxi ride.
Sure.
And
shit.
Like 10 more minutes goes by, and he's like, follow, and we're like, yes, follow.
Yeah.
And he is screaming in Japanese. I have no clue what he's saying at all, but like I'm telling you, like screaming, like full blown, like. I don't even want to. I don't even want to try. But like he's like screaming, like, and he's just like, oh no, like you know what? I have no like I can't even try.
Sure.
But like
he just so out of nowhere he just started screaming.
Yeah, and
he was
like,
probably pissed because like he's like, damn, I'm about to get this 5-10 minute ride out or whatever that turns out to be 45 minute on the other side of town and whatever. Like you never know.
Probably, but. Yeah, so he's like screaming.
Okay, and then what happened?
I'm looking over at my friends. I'm like, are you getting any of this? Like, do you picking anything up?
Yeah.
Because like they were also trying to learn Japanese a little bit too, and all of us like watch anime big. So like there's some things where I'm just like, there's some things where I can just be like, oh, I know that. I'm like, oh my god.
Sure.
Yeah. So and I'm just like, I'm so lost right now. Like, oh my god. And so we
was it mad too? He was pissed at you guys.
Yeah, he was mad.
He was clearly
pissed.
He was
definitely mad. And,
at you or like
I don't know if he was like mad at us for not knowing or anything, but
then,
so
so how did it get resolved?
Well, we ended up following the taxi and we got.
So you
there.
just stayed. Quiet. So wait, you stayed quiet as he was yelling. You're just like.
I just looked at him and I was like,
I don't know what else you want me to.
I literally Google Translate. I was like, follow the taxi in front of us.
Yeah.
And I played that for him. I'm like,
hit him with the side lip like.
Yeah, like dude, like
what the fuck?
What do you want from me right now? We're literally like halfway there. Like I think I don't know, but.
Follow.
So we got there.
I'm gonna just start saying that like randomly from now on. I'm gonna be at the hospital working whatever.
Follow.
Like hey,
follow.
Follow.
So, but yeah, we got there and then like we pour out like we pay. It was like $90-something.
Yeah.
And then like he drives off and
finger. Or no, the finger for them. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's normal.
Maybe it's a normal one.
But so like he drives off in the front taxi. It's just like, oh my god, that was such a nice ride and everything. I'm like,
wow, it must have been nice
for you guys.
Must have been nice.
Yeah, good for you guys. And I was like, our taxi driver was like full on yelling at us. I was like, we had no clue what he was even saying. But so yeah,
follow.
Yeah. And did you party a lot while you were there?
Yeah.
Was it like frequently, or you guys? So wait, hang on. No, educate me a little bit. You guys are there, based there, or you're in a resort.
No. In Japan.
That was in Guam.
Yeah. In Japan.
In Japan, you were on the base.
On the base. Yeah.
So when you're there, what is work? What is work when you're there?
I mean,
as a Marine.
So I worked.
Besides, I mean, you get to see the sights and everything, but I'm sure that's on the days off.
Yeah, it's all on the days off.
So what's work? Yeah.
So, I mean, so we were working 12-hour shifts. It was like 6 to 6 or 7 to 7. I actually don't remember. I know it changed up in Guam and Japan.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're working like 12-hour shifts, and then you just like go to work and you come home.
But what is it? Like, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah. So I work on F-18s. So I'm still doing the same job. I'm just like working there, really.
Yeah.
So we're doing exercises like with the tow banner, things like that. So like we flew a big banner behind a jet, and like other jets shot at it. Basically.
Oh
shit! So it's like target practice, yeah.
So you just help set that up and all that stuff, or you?
Yeah, we ran it, and then
that's actually kind of insane.
That's dope,
yeah,
man.
And those happen so rarely. Like we were part of it, and it like hadn't happened in like 15 years.
Yeah,
like, we did it twice. So it was like big. It was like a big exercise that we did. So that was pretty cool to be a part of it too. Like most people never do that in their whole life.
You got to think also is like, how many times are you gonna be able to like be in a jet shooting at stuff or whatever? If you're not in a war.
I wasn't the one doing it.
No, I'm saying like I'm just thinking of the guy in general that's in the jet shooting at stuff. Like how many times like a year
it's like I said that's like a really rare thing. So like, we just did that, and then we just did other like flights, like routine stuff, just like training. It wasn't anything like too crazy. When we went to Guam, that's when we like had a lot more fun. We did a lot more like HE, like high explosives, like stuff like that.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
and that's like every week. So you guys are doing. And is it's just testing stuff out, or like going through routine?
Not necessarily testing stuff out. Like we do checks and everything. Like we test everything before like loading, because I want to make sure it's safe, obviously, before loading a bomb on something. But So you do the test, but then it's all like exercises for the pilots. Like pilots, like. They're getting their qualifications and how many like them training with this stuff too. So like we'll load bombs and everything, and then they'll fly out and they'll drop them on targets and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, it's actually.
And then you see some crazy explosions, stuff like that.
Well,
every now and then.
No, they don't drop it on the base or anything. It's like all like miles away. Yeah,
so
they just fly over to like a range or something.
Would you ever? Again, so you're about to finish your 4 years, 4 years of service there, and then you said you're considering.
I'm considering joining another branch, but I would definitely probably not re-enlist in the Marine Corps.
No, and again, you were telling me mainly because you don't like the strictness of it, or
not necessarily the strictness of it. I think I just enjoy my freedoms, and I think that it's like kind of limited there. They do kind of like treat you like a child, which I get it. Some people like, okay, this dude obviously he needs to be like. His hand needs to be held a little bit more, but then you get people who like, I tried to like excel, I've been excelling this whole time, but then I'm like limited. I'm held down by something else,
Same repercussions as everybody else, basically.
Yeah, which, I mean, that's fine, like, as far as like repercussions, like if I got in trouble or anything like that, but like, then
it's like if you get, that person gets in trouble, you all get in trouble. Yeah. That sucks.
That's the thing too.
So if you were to go to another branch, let's say Air Force, what exactly would you be doing there? Same type of stuff?
I wouldn't know yet.
You wouldn't know yet.
I would talk to a recruiter again, and I would decide. I would like pick either I could do something completely different, or I could try to do the same thing.
Again, Air Force is probably the one thing out of all the branches that I probably would have, if I did. Again, it's in my interests, but if I had to, Air Force is probably the one I would want to hop on.
I think I'd do Army.
You would do Army because I was just about to ask you. So, was there ever a moment in high school med where you were like, maybe
am I going to the Army?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Really?
When I was very.
You were in ROTC.
No, I never.
No, you weren't. No,
I literally was in there for like.
ROTC. Oh.
I was in there for not even. I was literally in there for one class my freshman year, and then Sergeant Major was like, I did something. And he was like, yeah, bust out these push-ups, buddy. And I said, yeah, eat a dick, buddy. And I was like,
Did you actually say that?
No, I didn't really say that.
I was about to say.
Nah, but I'm like, bro, you're not. Like, I was like, this ain't for me or whatever. So I literally.
I was in that. I was in that for 2 years.
I literally told. Yo.
I was in that.
They got pictures of you.
Yeah, no, there's pictures. Yeah, I got
pictures.
Wait, did you join it mainly because you knew I want to do this and like, or what made you join it? Because
my mom.
Oh, Sergeant Major loved you, man.
I know.
He loved you. Yeah.
I still think about like maybe I should like I don't want to go to the school, but I want to be like, what's going on, Sergeant Major? But he's also a Sergeant Major. I'm also in the Marine Corps now, so it's like way different. Yeah. Like in high school, I was like more like I was more relaxed. I didn't realize like that's a Sergeant Major.
Right.
And like, I guess I'm not going to say he took favoritism, but like I was definitely really like cool with him, and everything like that. He taught me a lot. And so there's that, but then like I want to go back and be like, Sergeant Major, what's going on? Yeah. But then like I feel it's way different now,
It's a little different?
Yeah, it's definitely a little different.
Sure.
I mean,
like level of respect for him or
level of respect for him, and also like he's a Sergeant Major, like there should be no like talking between us, like really. Like because there's rank structure, so I wouldn't really ever talk to a Sergeant Major unless Sergeant Major wanted to talk to me. Yeah,
I only got hooked into it because I didn't know how to say no freshman year, and Chiba and like all the other guys were going around recruiting, and this is orientation day. And I remember I was just like, I didn't know anyone. I wanted to get the fuck out of Christiana because I was like, fuck, I don't want to be here. I want to go to Newark. Everyone's there.
Yeah,
everyone wanted to do that shit. And I was like at a table like by myself. I was like, this place fucking sucks, ghetto. And then the ROTC kids walked over and then they were like, hey, you want to join? And I'm just like, sure. and then it just kind of went from there. I didn't like it though. I got lucky. The way I got out of it, I got lucky. And Commander, I think, was so mad.
Dude,
I got lucky. The junior year, because of course, I forget you technically couldn't get out of it for some reason. Or I don't know, something like that.
If you were in dumb, by the way. Like I don't know how like that works. Like
so. I know just because like I was like kind of running a little bit before I left. There has to be like a certain number of kids. It has to be, like a certain percentile of like kids. So or that ROTC program would have gotten taken out of the school.
I see. So that's why they were just scraping the bottom of the barrel. Yeah.
Yeah, they had.
They had to.
Yeah, they
but
had to have
I got out of it through a lucky occasion. Junior year, it wasn't put on my schedule for some reason. It wasn't, and I was like, okay. I'm not having ROTC. Okay, cool. Nice. But I remember I was in art class, and this is when the junior year just started. I was in art class, and then I get a call in an intercom, like, Ethan, can you come to the counselor's office? Miss Habert. Miss Habert. And I walked in there, and Commander was there. And I was like, I thought I was out. And you know what? I stood my ground. So I got in. I remember sitting down, and I'm sitting next to Commander, and like Haver's right across from me, and they
I
were.
think that was his last year.
I
too.
hate Haver.
They were, I think it was, but they were talking to me as if like they were like, hey, we just helped you out here, but it was more like,
we hooked you up, buddy.
No, it's like, no, fuck you guys. She was like, she was like, so we didn't get we messed up your schedule, we weren't able to get it on there, but we're actually able to squeeze you in on this marking period on this block. And I remember I wanted that, like whatever class was there, I forget what it was, but I wanted that.
Right.
And I looked at them, I was just like. I actually forget exactly what I said, but I pretty much was just like, oh, I think I'm actually like okay with my schedule right now. Cause and I like made eye contact Commander. I'm like sweating too. I'm like,
you looked over and just like,
and then he looked so mad, dude. He looked mad. He was just like, oh, you sure? I was like, yeah. I think I'm okay right now.
Man, you had potential.
I'm like, are you fucking?
They
I was like, are you kidding me? And then I just kind of left. And then she was like, okay, are you sure? We're just making sure because we could have squeezed you in. I was like, no, I'm okay. And in my head, I'm just like, well, you fucked up the schedule, and I'm staying with this. So whatever, you know, like don't try to get me back in this shit.
Yeah.
So that was on them, and then I left, and I was just like, I'm out of ROTC. Like, yes, thank God. But I had every time I walked past the ROTC hallway, Commander always gave me like a look. I was like,
of disappointment.
Like, hey, Aguilar.
At least it's down there, like at the end.
Yeah.
I bet you were like avoiding that stairwell.
I'm sure it made sense, but I just wish that you started off with Commander, then the next 3 years were with Sergeant Major.
Well,
I wish it was the other way around.
Well, see, there's a reason for that too, because
Sergeant Major was so much cooler.
Yeah, I wish, but
so cooler.
Sergeant Major, is the enlisted side. Commander's like the officer side. So the enlisted side sees way different stuff than the officer side. The officer's like more like way more relaxed, more laid back, like proper, almost like you guys have degrees, you guys are smart, you guys use your head to figure it out. The enlisted side's more like well, it's kind of like beaten into us almost. So I would say it's like way different. So Sergeant Major, he's like taking the bulk of the kids, and he's trying to like warm them up to Commander almost, because now it's Captain. Well, which is also really weird because I'd never call an officer by their rank. Like now, if I like went back, I would not call her like Captain. I just like ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay, wow.
Sergeant Major. He, that's his rank. I would call him Sergeant Major, but you don't call officers by their rank. You just ma'am.
Sure.
So, and then
were you guys friends in middle school?
Yeah, actually.
So you did know of each other.
We did. Yeah. We had a Miss Irvin's class in 7th grade.
Miss
English.
Irvin.
Yeah, I haven't.
Oh my god, dude, that was so funny.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I felt that. But yo, I have a funny story actually.
I never had her, but I saw her. So
we were in the same 7th grade English class, and it was Grant's birthday one day, and like I knew Grant, and then we're all cool,
dude,
or whatever.
I probably forgot this story. Like I'm so bad with like memories.
Okay.
Nah, I excel when it comes to memories.
I'm like
sure, yeah.
I forgot a lot. So
it was Grant's birthday this day.
Okay.
And we all pull up on Grant, like you were like, ha, birthday punches, dude. And then
in Miss Irvin's class.
Yeah, but she wasn't she wasn't paying attention or whatever.
Yeah.
And we were like, it was like before the
why do I feel like
bell
this is
rung.
embarrassing?
It is. It's not embarrassing. It's actually kind of funny. It was like, oh, okay. But basically, we're like birthday punches. Me, Nathan.
Oh my god, Nathan, dude.
I miss that guy, man.
Nathan.
Eller.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was me, Nathan. I think Francis was in there.
Yeah,
Francis?
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly who was in there.
Man. That class was the highlight of my day though. That was definitely.
It was one of those classes.
So funny.
I got.
There's
kicked
always
out of
those
that class
classes
one
where
day.
there's always
I
those
don't know
classes
if
where
you
there's an
remember.
all-star cast. There's that all-star cast class.
It was definitely one of the. I would say. Let me finish the story first.
Yeah.
But
Oh my God.
basically, it was one of those classes where like it's like the people you normally wouldn't group together. Like how you have your group of friends or whatever, but like your friends aren't in that class, and it's like one person from every single group of friends comes together, and it's like an assembly. It's like whatever. But basically, it's his birthday. And we all like start to like close in on Grant. He said, "If anyone punches me, I swear to God, we're fighting." And we're like, "Yo, dude, relax, bro. Like,
Dude,
what's your problem?"
I
Like,
can picture Schmogel Grant
To
doing
this day, I still think birthday punch is so stupid.
yeah, I was like,
annoying.
yo, bro, relax, bro. This it's culture, it's tradition.
It's not
he was
culture,
like,
it's
he was
not.
like, bro,
Slowly
he was like,
fucking
bro,
stupid.
he was like, and I forgot you didn't say it to me. You were like, bro, I swear to God, if you touch me, bro, we're gonna be on the floor fighting, bro. And I'm like,
I can
Oh my
see that's so
God,
funny.
why
That's
is-
so Grant. Yeah.
like,
so
yo,
cringy.
chill out.
I can
so
see that.
cringy.
Yeah.
Especially because like it was so like, dude, it's cringy.
I was like, yo, I'm like, relax.
And then
dude.
no one ended up hitting him because
No,
he was like,
I don't know.
he's making an episode.
I think
Miss Urban comes over.
She's like birthday punches, like, like
Has brass knuckles.
I think we all got like I think we all got one in before he started flipping out or whatever, and we're like, all right, let's stop before like he like tells the teacher or something.
Med was a starring role in Aida. I don't think we talked about this on any of the podcasts.
I was the main role. We
You were
talked
the
about it
main.
briefly in the last one. I said it like
Yeah.
as a joke to Matt. I was
Yeah.
like, Matt did all those years of musical, and I was the one that literally came out of nowhere with no experience and just took his
And then took it over.
senior job or whatever. And like to this day, I was
because Matt got the leading role in all the musicals, and then when you show up, he got like a small role. It was crazy.
minor role.
It was
Yeah.
even crazier to watch it. I was like, yo, where's Matt?
And there's like I think Matt told me he was like fact or whatever. He was like Domchick said that there's never been a person in high school through Christiana that have a main role all 4 years. So he thought like going in, he's like,
He
I'm
was
gonna be
like,
that
wow.
first one.
Matt was gonna
whatever.
break that.
And I just pull
Yeah.
around the corner. I'm like, stop right there, buddy.
Shit,
I'm right here.
damn, dude.
But you know what? Crazy story. I actually literally was about to offer the role. I actually offered the role to Matt.
Really?
I
So
swear
wait,
to
they
God.
casted you, and what you were gonna be like? Give it to Matt?
Yeah, like no, I
Which-
actually literally
it's
said
crazy
that.
how much power you guys actually had. That like you probably didn't think about. But like,
Right.
what are they gonna do?
You
know,
could have
like,
changed it.
Yeah, like
you could have
they-
switched it up.
They might not want you to, but like, what are they gonna do? You know, it's like you're the one doing it.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
it's really your show actually.
yeah.
Yeah, so what happened
Matter of fact,
was-
Mr. Domchick, just I'll cast everything myself.
Yeah. What the fuck are they gonna do?
Who do you want to be? Yeah.
So
Your
what happened
clipboard.
was like I was going through this like thing or whatever, and it was like basically like the person that was gonna be the Aida at the time I disliked so much. Like I disliked that person so
And
much. She was just like always like rude and like mean to my friends. Like I remember once like she freaking. It doesn't even matter what she did. Doesn't even matter what she did. Like it's just like she was just like rude and like an a-hole or whatever. and I
Wasn't
was
there
just,
a running joke saying like that's Matt's girlfriend or something like that?
no, Jason's girlfrend.
Oh, Jason's
girlfriend,
yeah.
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 We used to say that.
Yeah,
We
dude.
used to say that
I
was
remember
Jason's
that.
girlfriend, but
Yeah.
I was yeah, I legitimately like just didn't like this person or whatever. And it's not like, well, you should always be open to like forgiving people and stuff like that, but like, like I just couldn't see past her.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I was like, hey, Domchick, Morocco, and Dom, that was the guy who's the guy that was running the show or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, like I'm gonna be honest with you, like between like me and you three, like I personally don't see myself being in a role with this person. Like
This is just in a private
I
area with the
literally-
three of them.
yeah, like, and I literally told him straight up, I'm like, yo, like she's disgusting.
You said that?
I swear to God.
Dude, I love being real with teachers because
so
like
funny.
they think it too. Like they
That's
have
the
to.
thing. If anything, it's
They're
almost
not allowed to say
it's a
it,
relief
yeah.
for them. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
No,
It's
so
like
they
it's
were
like,
like-
nah, like we get it. Like but like
So
you can't say that.
literally for like the past 3 days, 4 days after I tell him that, I was like,
Yeah.
give it to Matt. Like, give the role to Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, Matt, it works both of our favors. I'll take a minor role since I've never done this before. And also, this is going to be Matt's 4th year having a major role or whatever. And he was the only other person besides me and I forgot who the other person was that went for the main role. This is the only main guy role. And 3-4 days later, they were like, listen, like, we know da-da-da-da is going on. this, and the third. So what we'll do for you is we'll like modify the show a little bit. So like literally like interactions between you guys will be at a minimal. So at that point, like they're almost begging, not to like toot my own horn or whatever.
Yeah.
They're almost begging
like
me.
don't switch. Like we don't. Yeah.
Like please, they're like please, like we already casted. Like don't do this to us. So I was like, you know what, I give in. It's fine. So what happened was though, she ended up quote having to go to like a different school.
Yeah, it worked out for you.
And so Jen ended up moving up.
Yeah.
So then, literally, like Jen.
Shout out to Jennifer Hall.
Shout out to Jennifer Hall.
Shout out to Jennifer Hall.
Big shout out to Jennifer Hall. And
because you're comfortable with her. Yeah, you guys are cool.
Yo, that's my homegirl. Yo, that's literally my homegirl.
Jen's great. No, Jen is fucking
great person.
Great.
Yeah, she's a great person.
Absolutely.
And when I think I was more excited than her when I found out that she was the freaking Aida, yo, because I was like, yo,
what role did she have prior? Did you remember? Was it like in some
had,
supporting role?
Who's the It was Aida's best friend. I think her name was Amneris was the queen in the role that Tia had, I think.
Okay, and they just shifted some things around.
Yeah,
that worked out. Did you ever do rehearsals with the other girl?
No.
Oh, so it never got to that point. We had
a read through. The first day we had a read through, and then she had to go.
He's
to a
like vomiting.
Yeah, I was so.
Weren't you like supposed to like? Wasn't there like? You're
supposed to kiss her?
Yeah, I literally told him like I'm not kissing her. I literally told him straight up. I was like, I don't care how many. There's like I think 3 or 4 kisses in the show. I'm like, I'm not. I don't even want to hug her. I don't even want to look at her. Like, and so with that being said, I was like, yeah. And then that they were like, yeah, you won't kiss, you won't even hug her. You might have to hold her hand. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, I was like, but when I found out Jen was moved up to Aida or whatever,
I would have been. I would have been flying.
I was like LFG, bro. I was like LFG.
Oh yeah, I would have been hyped, bro. Yeah.
And with that being said, so we start like I think we go through first two rehearsals was just the overview, right? So like she didn't come to like rehearsal. The other girl didn't come to rehearsal for like a week now, right? And then one day like randomly, she pops up and she's like, "Hey, I'm not going to a new school no more," and we're like, no. You're no.
Yeah. You're done.
So
you're done.
It actually like on a thing of like it just doesn't make sense.
God
though.
looked out for you there, bro.
Yo,
God,
seriously, that's why God's real.
God
bro.
looked out for you there, bro. He works, man.
I'll tell you this though. I'll tell you this, like morally, like even like let's say like I quit something, right, and someone takes over, you can't just go back and get the job or whatever.
No, you can't. You can't.
Dude, like if somebody
can't do that.
That's
like,
so messed up.
Once you're done, you're done. Especially in that type of business.
Yeah.
You know, acting or anything, any entertainment, you can't do that.
Yeah, whether she was
whether
this person was quote, better than Jen or whatever, which I don't think so. Whether she was or whatever, it just didn't make sense to demote her right when she got the promotion.
Exactly.
You know, that's so effed up.
That's some shit right there.
So
doesn't make any sense.
That would piss me off.
After that, and literally they came up to me and they're like, "Hey, so like about those like restrictions that you had for the other person, is that still?" I was like, "Nah, you can cut them off. We're cool or whatever. Like me and Jen are cool. Like we got this. Natural chemistry from the start.
Yeah,
like,
man, and that's perfect. That was gonna work out better too, honestly.
Yo, you know,
it was more entertaining to watch.
Last thing about Aida, so there's this scene at the end of the show, right, where we sing the song. I forgot what the song was called. I forgot what the song is called, but basically it's like we're at the part where like we're both realizing we're about to die.
Okay.
Me and Aida or whatever. I was Radamez, and like we're singing, and like during the first show, we were singing, and then like we lifted our arms up at the same time. That wasn't scripted.
You felt that? Did you feel that too?
I was
that
in
like
it.
I love that.
We talked about it. We talked about it right after the show, the first show. I was like, "Yo, that was so hot. That was so tough," or whatever.
And that just shows when you cast perfectly.
No, like I'm telling you,
when the chemistry works,
you guys were literally Aida and ramen.
Yo, literally,
literally, you guys morphed into them in that moment.
Yeah, literally.
Yo, and it was just so crazy though because like I was literally like, "Yo," like I went up to her after the show. I was like, I can't believe we did that without even like having to like we didn't rehearse that or nothing. It just happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was probably my favorite scene.
That's been Grant Fogle and Med Aldua. Thank you for watching, and this has been Ethan Hahn
+2.